What is up? We are headed out of the house and we are off to go and take some pictures. Yeah, I think one of my goals for this year is to really tackle the videography and get my clients, and then the second one is to get good at photography, and by that I mean composition, editing, and frequency as well. And yeah, so today we're basically just going to go out and get some pics. It's a bit of a misty day today, so I'm hoping that we can get some moody shots. I'm not the earliest either, so I think that I could have been earlier and then I would have gotten a bit more mist. But yeah, we're cycling into the city center, so I'll take you guys along with for that journey. So we made it into the area that I wanted to take some pictures in or of. Yeah, I don't know if you can see, but it's the Amsterdamiest place I know of. Canal, boat, and the architecture style. So I didn't really plan this out, and I think that we'll just park the bicycle. First of all, this is my wife's bicycle. I got into an accident about 4 months ago and broke the front of the bike, so I just never got it replaced or fixed. Yeah, so we're shaking the bike. But anyway, so I'll park the bike and I think just walk around and see what you can take a picture of. Yeah, in Amsterdam you always have to be observant as to there's things going on around you. There's always movement, and yeah, you're just a bicycle on the road. But yeah, the mist, the fog, it's still here, so I'm quite happy. So hopefully can get some cool shots. It's so touristy here. Like, we are in the center. I think we just passed Anne Frank house, and with it there's a whole lot of boats, so you can jump on a boat for like €15, take a tour around the canals. One more. I'm sweating quite a bit now. I have a jersey crew neck as well as a puffer jacket, and that is like a 15-minute cycle. So I'm quite sweaty for this cold morning, but it was a good cycle. Got the heart pumping. Okay, so I'll get my camera out and I'll guess we'll start walking around, looking for some interesting things to take pics of. This is the a6400. I don't know why I said it in American terms. This is the a6400 Sony with the Tamron lens 17-70 f2.8. And I guess the first place to start is, or for me at least, is heating up or warming up. I think it's like a sport in that way. You have to heat up, get a few reps in, get the blood flowing. On auto can do us good, just to get the creative juices flowing. And I came here for the mist, and it's still here, so quite happy. It's always a challenge in terms of vertical and horizontal. So that's exactly why I wanted to come here, to get these foggy shots. Funny, my hand is covering all my work. I found a little branch here, and just to play around with a bit of the foreground versus background, we'll just shoot through that. Okay, that's a good shot. Warming up nicely. So I bought the 360 camera initially for some real estate, the real estate 360 tours, and yeah, I haven't really started it, and I've been using it more as a vlog camera, which is great. Not complaining, but I really should start using it for the purpose that I wanted it initially. I don't want to venture too far from the main route. Parked over into a side road, and now basically I'm switching over to manual mode. And the reason why we do manual mode is just to have much more control over your pictures. So as you can see, my screen is completely white, so we're busy dialing back all of the settings just to get it to baseline again, and then we'll take it from there. But yeah, the main idea of manual mode is to give you as much creative control of your shots as possible. But it does get tricky, not gonna lie, because you're constantly setting in. You have to check your exposures, all these lovely things. But like I said, it does give you creative control over what you want to see, what you want to take pictures of. Anyway, police pulled up, but we'll take a walk down this road and just keep on taking pictures, seeing what comes out good, playing around. Seems like something went down there, but it's more to do with a ambulance, but there's quite a few police. I have no clue. Ambulance and a few police cars. So I don't know. Yeah.
Ziet er niet goed uit.
Ja.
Ja, succes.
For you as well. Shit's going down there. But I snapped a picture. Feel guilty for walking away, but the police is there to take control of things, I guess. But I took some pictures of the book stand, and that is, I actually liked it. It's not much manual settings going on. For the most part, I'm keeping my ISO at 100/200, keeping my aperture low, but I think my lesson that I learned in the past was to keep my aperture in between 4 and 9, depending where exactly I want to land up. Where I want to land up with my focus, because a lot of the times I put it on much lower, 2.8, or the lowest that it can go to, which is 2.8, and I ended up getting too much focus, or the focus only being on a very small part. So I have to learn from my mistakes and crank the aperture a bit higher so I can get more in focus. And for those shots, I think like aperture of 9 or 7, around about 7 would be nice as well. I think this area that we're in now, I think it's called Jordan. It's quite different and compact. Like there's a lot of shops, small specialized shops in specific streets, which is cool. Quite like it. I'm so glad I sent my location of where I parked the bicycle to the wife, so at least I don't have to count my turns and my steps. I can just navigate straight back to the bike when I'm ready to go back. Little church bell. Now I'll put up my aperture. Shutter speed at 1/50. ISO's on 100 again. Exposure says we're 1 stop over. So I'll just bring that down again. I'm on aperture f8. Let's see. And what's nice about having the ND filter, if I do want the creamy background, I'll just drop this thing as low down as I need, put that on f.2, and adjust it till exposure's right. Boom. That's that. So the reason why I haven't been shooting manual mode is because it just takes time. And I think it's a skill that I have to learn how to develop. As all skills are. You have to practice it, you know, and get good at it and put in the hours. So I think that's another reason why I decided to start the series, is to get a to force myself to go out and get practice in the things that I want to do, which is photography and videography. So yeah, now I'm out on a Saturday morning taking pictures, because that was one of the goals, not just video. I think 2 weeks ago I done some video content, and today I decided I'm a bit low on energy, so I'll just do something for myself and go out for a photography walk, which thus far I'm quite enjoying. So that shutter speed 1/50, I'm not gonna lie, I keep it there because that's what I know from videography. Aperture is on 2.8 and the ISO is on 320. And also, like I said, I want to work on my composition, which is easier said than done, because you have to be a bit more intentional about your shots. And I feel like I've spoken a bit about intentionality on this YouTube channel, especially with the film cameras. Like, they slow me down, but with the digital, I don't always take into consideration composition. Like, obviously I try to, but not as intentionally as I do with the film camera. So that's something I should practice, and I'm also not the best at composition even with the film cameras. I'm just a bit slower with it. So yeah, I think that's something to look at as well, or something that I want to practice. I stopped to see what's happening here. Setting my ISO to f7.1, not my ISO, my aperture to f7.1, boosting up my ISO a bit, so to about 250. And I was looking at the shot, and my issue with the shot is, first of all, I'm on the ledge with my cameras and all my equipment, but second of all, what bothers me here, or now that I'm actually focusing on it, what bothers me is that there's no subject. So it's just sort of a picture into abyss. So if I go this way, at least we have the sign as sort of a focal point, but besides that, there's no real focus, or there's no real point of that shot. So I shouldn't be wasting my time trying to take a picture with no direction or no subject in the picture. But what I like about photography is that you just press the shutter button, the shutter button a few times and change your angles, and you have options to work with in post. So that's something. But yeah, good observation from my point as well. Quite proud of that. Let's see if we can get something going here. My eyes will pull to the red bike, as well as the yellow windows of this building. So now, I was quite happy with those pictures and how they look. And I'll just try and add a bit of foreground to it as well. So I'll go onto this leaf. And just sort of play with where I want that foreground to be. Sometimes it does come out a bit like corny, in a sense of you're just putting a random object in front of your subject, but sometimes it does actually come out quite cool. So here's the yellow window I was talking about. And in terms of composition, this does add a bit of framing to the shot, which is quite cool. Okay, I have absolutely no clue where we are, but we'll just walk in the upward direction and then hopefully take a right somewhere. We should be on our way. Do need to use the toilet though, which is quite hard in Amsterdam. Like, you have to be a paying customer to use toilets sometimes, and there's not many public toilet options. So I'll see. Sometimes you do get lucky and just ask and be nice. But I think maybe I'll be packing up and going home soon. So we'll see whichever comes first. On a nice looking red table in the midst of some green. So let's see if we can frame it up nicely. Obviously there is a window. And there are some poles in between it. But it's not necessarily framing up as I hoped. Hope no one's in the house. Can't see through the windows. And that's just awkward. Someone coming in front of your house and taking pictures of your home. But then again, I guess on the other side you decorated the outside, so I guess you'll feel good for people acknowledging you outside. Alright, that concludes the Amsterdam sesh. I think I got a few good pictures, but I'll only know once I get home and actually edit them. Packing up, it's a bit cold, it's just about lunchtime, so I'm headed home and I'll upload the results and show you guys, and hopefully include the settings as well. That was quite a cycle, but we made it home. I think a successful day trying to get pics. It's quite happy. I think we got some good ones. Do I know if they great ones? I don't know, but we do have some good ones. And also, this is my bicycle. Told you earlier on I was in an accident, bent the front wheel. The guy knocked into me from the side. So now it just sits here. I should just throw it out because I don't think I'm going to fix it, because the whole frame is bent plus the forks. But anyway, I think for the most part you saw the videos, you saw the pictures. Let me know what you think. If you liked it, let me know where I can improve on, because I think there's still quite a bit I need to learn about photography, like for example shutter speed and where that should be. But let me know, did you like this video? Did you like the pictures? Keep me posted, drop a comment, drop a like, and as always, thank you for watching.